Welcome back to the Taiwan Outlook. I'm Raymond Wu. In this segment, we will continue our conversation with Dr. Tzeng, a state minister in the cabinet, about his experiences teaching and researching in the U.S. Dr. Tzeng, we know that you received your PhD in cognitive psychology from Penn State University, and also you spent a number of years at the prominent universities in the U.S. teaching and researching before you came back to Taiwan. How was that experience in the States compared with your experiences later, in Taiwan, teaching and researching?
Well, in the 50s,
yes,
all our youngsters go abroad.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Taiwan doesn't have advanced study program.
No.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
But then, a lot of the youngsters go abroad to study. Then they work, research, teaching in different universities. And many of them are quite prominent universities.
Indeed.
And so we are there. Then, after you kind of go through different universities, you're doing a lot of research, you begin to come back to Taiwan, and you see Taiwan is ready because our economy is up to the point that we need the power to be transformed into a different level. And so at that time, many of us begin to think about
coming back.
We should bring our experience back to Taiwan. And I have this opportunity to come back to Taiwan because at that time, we are creating a new university in Taiwan.
Yes.
That's Tzeng Daxue.
Yes.
So it's from the scratch, nothing. We take the sugar cane down,
Yes.
it's a new plantation,
Yes.
and then we build a new university, totally new, starting with 5 different colleges. So that experience made me realize Taiwan really needs a lot of new transformation.
New ideas.
New ideas.
New blood.
New blood.
Yes.
And so we're back. And then we begin to call out for people to come back. Our friends and many others.
Classmates, yes.
Yes. And so they all come back. And then that created a lot of new researchers.
Yeah.
And then upgrade a lot of teaching and research in this island. And then the congregation of people in 中央研究院 Academia Sinica,
Yes.
with a lot of money pouring in from the government to support the basic research. And that's something that Taiwan is now making their research level par with the world.
Very comparable.
Yeah.
And also your experience in the States have also broadened, I believe, your perspectives on not only your teaching, but also your research. Did you think that also helped in terms of subsequent work and responsibilities that you have assumed in Taiwan, including the most recent project on Encyclopedia of Taiwan, also broaden your perspective on how Taiwan should be positioned in the world today?
I think, of course, all this experience in America and also in Europe. I started to doing a lot of lectures in Europe.
Yes.
And witnessing the European growth and transformation themselves. From a lot of scattered and many war-torn cities into a Euro unions. And they try to put all the diversity together. That made me think, if we all these people from all the abroad that come back to Taiwan, we also have people who stay still abroad. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because Taiwan needs to provide a platform, good platform, for all the people to contribute their brain and their mind. And they can be in anywhere in the world. Okay. And so, if we call 在地生根, 全球布局, our people is something like distributed intelligence all over the world.
Yes.
And then we have a collective wisdom if we can provide a good platform. And so government and also the industry here get together, and then we can create this great platform, and then we can enjoy our people in the world and work together to create something very unique in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's a new global network of all the Taiwan brain power.
Right.
And you mentioned earlier about your experience of starting a brand new national university in Jiayi, in National Zhongzhen University. At that time, I believe that you were the dean of the College of Social Sciences.
Yes.
And later, you were appointed as the president of the National Yangming University. And subsequently, a year later, you were the educational minister in the cabinet. And with all these, different administrative responsibilities and positions, did you think that would help in terms of how you, continue your research and your affection for Taiwan, not only today but in the future, and also, give you that edge, that different angle in terms of discovering what Taiwan needs to be competitive in the 21st century and beyond?
I think you said it all.
No,
already.
No.
The reason
Yes.
that I moved from Jiayi, out of it, to Taipei, and then later become the president of Yangming University, is by accident. I was doing research in a new university, but then it's already had its foot been really firmed. And I need to advance my studies. I need a new technology. I'm a brain scientist. And at that time, Zhongzhong VA Hospital created a very great unit of research unit. It's called functional imaging technology. And I was brought in to get together with these medical doctors to work on how human mind and their relationship work, and their work from the basis of the brain. And so because of that, I moved to Yangming, and then I became the president because we are concentrating the research in two areas, genetic and brain science. And after that, again, I was called to become the Minister of Education without warning. I didn't even know that. But at the time, we had the regime change in the first time. That's fine. And people need to think about the educational reform. And I think maybe from the cognitive research that we know about human mind, we know about Taiwan's diversity, and we can begin to push for individual differences, creativity, then we can make Taiwan a very powerful mind places. And so that's the reason we come in. Taiwan does not have a lot of natural resource.
No.
We don't have that.
No.
But Taiwan can become Taiwan in the place of make a place for themselves in the world, because Taiwan have human brain.
Human power.
Human power and the brain. That's very important that for us. I'm a brain scientist. Look at the brain and say, gee, that's something we can have if we have good educational program. Taiwan in the past has a very good educational platform. Otherwise, we could not create the good industry.
No.
But new era is coming. We need to transform, upgrade our manpower, the quality, the vision, and so on. So because of that, I took the job
as
of the Minister
of
Education. At that time, I looked at Taiwan for four things. First of all, we need to have people reading. Reading is very important.
Of course.
And it's not just literacy. We are talking about functional literacy, industrial literacy. We're talking about really creating literacy.
Second?
Second is life science. Life science and then life education. Together, we know people. We know people are different. Everybody have their own stories. And so because of that, we need to have our youngsters realize, have sympathetic to other people's problem. They have their own problems, but
to appreciate differences.
Appreciate other people's problem. And so they have to be in their life, other people's life. So empathy, sympathy is something that we emphasize. And service. Because one day, Taiwan is going to be transformed from a kind of a industry into a service industry. And so they need to know life. And after that, we said, this is a network society. So we launch our so-called information 白皮书 in the policy.
White paper, yes.
White papers. So after that, we have reading, life science. You had navigate in a network. Now we are ready for so-called creativity education.
Yes, that
So
is very
before
important.
I left Ministry of Education, that's the last policy I put out.
And those were very important.
Yeah, and it's I can see after I left, we're still going on. So
Yes.
that's important.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that experience in the state in Europe kind
Certainly
of
help.
I can see that diversity that helped me to
Yes.
see creativity is what Taiwan needs
Yes.
for the future.
Yes. We certainly enjoyed this discussion with Dr. Tzeng and also his experiences in the past in our government about the educational reform and what we need to remain competitive in the 21st century. And when we come back to the Taiwan Outlook, we're going to continue those issues with Dr. Tzeng. I'm going to ask him what would be his suggestions and recommendations now as a state minister in the government to continue the educational reform that we need in Taiwan. We'll see you in about 2 minutes.